Hello, and welcome to another episode of Proactive Parenting. Remember, this is a judgment-free space to learn how to raise value-driven kids in a way that's right for your family using the most current scientific research out there. I'm your host, Dr. Deanna Marie Mason. I'm a certified pediatric nurse practitioner, published author, and a professional who has devoted my career to studying and using child development to help parents manage childhood issues. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and settle in to learn something new about your child, because when we know better, we do better. There's been a huge shift in how advertisers and marketers gain new clients. Generations ago, advertisers used to market to adults because adults had the money and made choices on how they wanted to spend their money. Ad agencies tried to sell their products on positive messages about benefits, helpfulness, goodness, or superiority to convince buyers to choose their products against the competition. But sadly, marketers and advertising executives came to realize that it was more effective to advertise to children who wouldn't be as concerned about the actual product's benefits, helpfulness or goodness, or superiority. They found it's easier to market to children because they can be swayed into desiring a product easily through emotional manipulation. And children are with their parents all the time and can repeat their desire and request for the product ad nauseum until the parent caves and purchases the item just so they can get some peace. Quite frankly, it's an effective and cheap strategy that borders on the edge of being unethical. Children, with their lack of full intellectual development, are easily swayed and convinced of information, whether it is true or not. Children under the age of 14 do not have abstract thought well developed yet, which means that they cannot consider consequences or other options without actually experiencing them. Therefore, when young children are viewing marketing materials, they think what they see is what the product actually is. They trust that what is being shown is real. If they see children playing with a toy and those children are happy and having a good time, then they think that they too will be happy and have a good time with the same toy. Obviously, we as parents know that this is not true because we know a toy doesn't make us happy. Rather, it's our experience around that item, the context, the people we are with, and our own mood at the time have way more to do with the pleasure than the object. Yet for children, their minds cannot make these connections yet because of their development, and marketers prey on that innocence to convince children of what will make them happy. Sadly, marketing to children is not just limited to toys or activities anymore. Food manufacturers have made children the target of heavy media advertising for nefarious foods. More than half of the foods that are advertised on television to children do not meet governmental nutritional guidelines. In an age where most Western societies are battling to change the trend in overweight and obese children, this is a concerning issue for many reasons. First, children don't fully understand what a balanced diet consists of and therefore want the bright-colored, playful food products they see. And second, the advertising is purposefully placed where it will have the most impact, during children's programming or on channels designed for children. The data shows that children usually see 10 to 13 food-related advertisements daily, and about half are specifically designed to target children. Unfortunately, 53% of the foods marketed specifically to children have too much sugar, salt, or fat in them to be considered healthy. The products most frequently advertised to children are highly processed, contain few nutrients, and try to attract children with toys, cartoons, or well-known characters. Even more troubling is that 96% of the food and beverage product advertisements seen by children on children's programming are for products that are unhealthy. Obviously, when advertisers are targeting children and place their ads in programming or on channels that will connect with the targeted audience, children are going to be swayed into wanting something unhealthy. Children want what they are seeing. A certain food is making the children on the screen happy, so the child is going to want the same experience. This means they're going to ask for these products. And this can affect parents during shopping trips because children may demand the products they have seen on their screens. While as parents we can't do much about what is advertised, there are ways that we can help reduce the influence of marketing and lower our children's demand for foods with lower nutritional quality. First, turn off the TV, computer, tablet, or phone. Marketing is highly specific and will pop up in children's programs, on children's websites, and on gaming sites. By limiting the time children are viewing screens, their exposure to unhealthy marketing is decreased. Big data has given advertisers the ability to know who is watching what programs and to advertise items that are specifically targeted to the viewer. Second, exercise your purchasing power. Parents control what is purchased or not purchased during shopping trips. You can choose not to buy the product because you know that it isn't healthy. It's okay that your child is upset that they can't have it. Little ones don't know how bad things like high sugar, high fat, high salt are for them, but you do. Show them you care by not purchasing foods that are unhealthy for them. And in age-appropriate language, start to educate them both on the dangers of these highly processed foods and that foods cannot give us joy or make us happy. Third, you can choose to offer these foods occasionally as something I call sometimes foods. Sometimes foods are foods that we sometimes eat because we enjoy them, but we know that they are not good for our health. Indulging in sometimes foods once or twice a month can help avoid making certain foods feel forbidden, which can make them even more alluring to children. Letting them have a treat once in a while takes the mystery away, and most often children learn that they don't actually like the food as much as they thought they might have. And finally, start teaching about good nutrition from an early age. Children can feel how different foods react in their bodies. They get all energetic from high sugar foods, they get drowsy from high fat foods, and they have sustainable energy from protein and whole grain foods. Use those sensations to describe why we eat some foods frequently and other foods rarely. This type of conversation lays the foundation for more complex discussions later into childhood and adolescence about a healthy diet and self-control. Using age-appropriate language and using descriptions that are related to your child's experience will help them receive the information in a way that makes sense to them. Honestly, today it seems that our children are being influenced everywhere into wanting something all the time. When food becomes the target, it can influence our children's health and well-being. Therefore, as parents, we should be aware of the targeted marketing that is encouraging to influence our children's food preferences and what things we can do to counteract against those messages. Using these simple steps can help your family offset the tremendous influence that marketing has and teach our children how to enjoy a wide variety of healthy foods with occasional indulgences to create a balanced diet and set them up for a lifetime of good eating. I'll wrap things up here. As always, I welcome your comments or questions about this episode. Nutrition topics are always lively. Please don't hesitate to connect with me at deanna@proactiveparenting.com. And if you want to find out more about who I am and what I do, please take a look at my webpage, proactiveparenting.com. You can also go to Facebook and Instagram to connect with other parents just like you. Find me by searching for my name, Deanna Marie Mason. Finally, if you'd like to purchase any of my books, online courses such as Newborn Care or Breastfeeding Boot Camp, or take an audio course, you can find all those resources on my webpage. Again, that's proactiveparenting.com. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you found this episode useful and interesting. If you did, please leave a comment and tell a friend so they can become a proactive parent too. Well, that's all from me for right now. I'm Dr. Deanna Marie Mason. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. But until then, take care and be well. Bye.